All right, good evening, traders. A very warm welcome. I am Devang Mehra from the Financial Analyst, and I welcome you all to the Bold Project. In this series, in this module, I want to talk about market psychology. Let me give you a background. Learning technical analysis is one thing, learning fundamentals is one thing. But when you come into the market, theoretical concepts do play a role, but there's a lot of emotional and psychological aspects to trading as well. Because when you are trading, you are actually competing against humans. So emotions and that psychology do play a very, very important role. So in this series, I would like to talk about some psychological concepts that we have experienced in the markets, which have helped us to be better traders. So we have compiled a couple of concepts. So try to understand them. They are relatively easy, but they do make a lot of sense when you bring it out to the real market. So in today's module, we'll talk about something that I call the law of vibrations or law of harmony. Now, what is this law of vibrations and harmony? It is not my own work. It has been adapted from the works of W.D. Gann. So I would like to give him the full credit for that. W.D. Gann I'm a practitioner of his work, and I am extremely honored to have known about this fine gentleman. So just to give a brief background of who is W.D. Gann, he was, in my opinion, he was the finest trader ever lived in the world in the 1900s. He was known to predict the tops and bottoms of the market all across the 50 years of his trading career, and he's earned more than $50 million back at that time. So you can imagine what I'm trying to tell you. He was one person who had a different mindset, and how he traded, people could not believe. He could predict exactly at what point of time what asset would be trading at what price. So he was so strong in his analysis. He is known for a couple of things. For example, Gann square of 9, Gann fans, all of that, all of those concepts. So if you want to know more about this person, you can read his any of his 10 books he has written. He has honored us with 10 books. You can start off with Truth of the Stock Tape. That's a wonderful book to read. But most of his books that you read, you will not be able to understand in the first go. Why I'm telling you that is because W.D. Gann was a member of the 33rd degree Freemasonry. Now, what is this 33rd degree Freemasonry? You have to understand. It was a society comprising of individuals like Albert Einstein, Thomas Alva Edison. So you have to understand the people I'm comparing W.D. Gann with, the people who were involved with W.D. Gann, who used to meet him every single day, were people of such high intellect. So the work that he has honored us with is huge work that is very, very honorable and successful and quite intellectual. So let's get on back with this topic. What is this law of vibrations that he has humbled us with? So W.D. Gann, what he told and what he quoted in his books, let me explain you with a real life example. Let's say you go meet your best friend, and you actually go and meet him for an hour, but because you are so pally with him, you are so harmonious with him, you get such good vibes, you are so comfortable with him, you can spend hours with your best friend and you will not remember how time passes by because you are so comfortable with him. You might go meet him for an hour, but you might realize that it's been already 5 hours and you're still chilling together. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you guys. When you are harmonious with a person, when you get good vibrations from a person, you can spend as much time with that person and still not get bored. You'll still enjoy his friendship. At the same time, if you do not like a person, if you meet a person, if you don't get the good vibrations, if you're not harmonious with a person, let's say your mindset, your psyche does not match with that person's psyche, what happens? You will meet him, you will get acquainted, and then you'll probably scuttle your way, he will scuttle his way, and you probably won't cross paths again. Why? Because you're not comfortable. You don't get the good vibrations when that person is around. You get that a little bit bad feeling in your head when he or that person is around you. That is because you are not harmonious, you are not getting the good vibrations from that person. That is basically the concept that W.D. Gann applied to the stock markets, or any markets for that fact. He was primarily a commodities trader, but the concepts remain the same. I will give you my personal example. I can never trade the stock of Reliance. I'll just open the charts of Reliance to give you a background of what I'm trying to tell you. So if you see our YouTube channel, we do post a lot of our own analysis. And for the last couple of weeks, I was telling everyone in October and in November, try to go short on Reliance. The reason was because you can see in the charts, you can clearly see that a trend line has been broken around 14th of October 2020. This was a 6-month trend line that was holding true. And on the 14th of October, this trend line was broken. Everyone in the market was intimated by us to go short, and we were expecting a target of 2000 to start with. Now, here's the thing. All of our clients, they made good, handsome money on Reliance. But I never traded Reliance. That's the irony. I am the person who gave the recommendation, but I personally never traded Reliance. Why? Because I am not harmonious with the stock. I don't get the good vibrations. In the past couple of years, whenever I've traded Reliance, no matter how good an analyst or trader I am, I will still lose money with Reliance. Why is that? Because it's simple. I'm not harmonious on how it moves. I'll give you a simple theory. Every human being walks differently, right? Every human, you already heard this. Every human has a different walk. You know, I might walk different. You are the viewers, you might walk different, and it's fine. We like some, we don't like some. Just like that, your stocks, they have a different walk. Let me give you an example. Very simple example. Let's say this is a level of 100. I am a stock number A. If I break out of this level 100, I might immediately in the next 10 minutes go up higher. There is a stock number B, same level of resistance at 100 rupees, but once it breaks out, it might stay there for 1-2 days and then break out. Eventually, both of them break out. One breaks out instantly, the other breaks out slowly. Why? Because every stock moves differently. That's the same thing. I am not comfortable with how Reliance moves. I have never been able to make money honestly on Reliance, whereas Himalay is very comfortable, very harmonious with Reliance, and he's able to make good money on Reliance because he knows how it works. At the same time, Himalay is very comfortable in trading with penny stocks. I'll give you a very good example, Yes Bank. Yes Bank is not essentially a penny stock, but Himalay is so comfortable. If you give him the stock of Yes Bank, he can make your fortune out of it. Why? Because he knows how it moves. At the same time, I personally don't know how these penny stocks move. And whenever I enter them, I'll always take a loss and exit. It doesn't mean I'm not a good trader. It doesn't mean I can't analyze a security, but I'm just not comfortable how the thing moves. And that is the reason essentially why people make losses. People love to revenge trade. For example, if you are not comfortable with Yes Bank, you will still keep on trading Yes Bank. So you cannot be, let's give an example. You might not be comfortable with Tata Motors. Whenever you enter Tata Motors, you make a loss. The best answer to that is stop trading Tata Motors. There are 5,000 securities available. Trade any of them. As simple as that, guys. You have to, I would give you a simple suggestion. I want you all to personally follow your charts. Spend some time on the screen and follow which charts you are comfortable with. And I realized over time, I'm very comfortable with the chemical sector. For example, stocks like Vinati Organic, PI Industries. These are personally some stocks I've made tons of money on. Why? Because I know how it moves. I know whenever it will give a breakout, just an example, whenever it gives a breakout, it will retest and then again go. I know the moves that Vinati can do. I know the moves that PI Industries can do. I'll give you the same example. Even the stock of PI Industries in the same sector of chemicals, even when PI Industries breaks out, it does give a retest and go higher. So I know that whenever this sector breaks out, it will come for retest because I know how it moves. At the same time, Reliance does not follow that. If I show you the same example, Reliance on the other hand, if it gives you a breakout or a breakdown, it will not come for retest. Look at this example. This was a resistance. You can see that support. Once it broke out, it never came down for a retest. And that is something that traps me. I don't get it what happens with Reliance. So to sum up what I'm trying to say, look at your charts. There are about 50 nifty companies, or you might have some companies in your portfolio. Study them, open their charts, or track them in the live market and see how it moves. If you're not comfortable with them, ignore it. There are 5,000 more stocks. If you're not comfortable with 10, there are still 4,990 stocks available to trade. So it basically depends on how much effort you want to put into the market. Please do not think that markets are an easy game, easy way to make money. If it was, everyone would be doing it and making money, but they don't. People come to the stock markets thinking it's very easy, But let me tell you, it is as difficult as becoming a chartered accountant or a lawyer, because you need to put in efforts and efforts and efforts. So if you're doing this course, that's just a starting. It's a starting for you to practice and practice and get to know your stocks. So try to make these stocks your friends. See how they move, get comfortable with them. If you're not comfortable with them, ignore them, because if you keep on revenge trading those stocks, you will keep on making losses. Come to a different stock and try to trade those stocks. So how I trade the chemical sector, you will have some stock in which you always trade and always make money. Try to stick to those stocks. There is no problem in that. I hope you get this point. And the law of vibrations, that's all about it. Try to utilize it in the market, try to implement it in the market, and you will see that you have a very big change when it comes to your trading journey. Thank you so much, guys.